Hello everyone. So this episode is about harmony. When harmony becomes a cage, how Chinese culture made pain polite. I want to begin with one Chinese word that sounds beautiful. 和, harmony. It may be one of the most important ideas in Chinese civilization. Harmony between heaven and earth, harmony between ruler and subject, harmony between father and son, harmony inside the family, harmony inside the self. For you, this sounds peaceful, almost poetic. But in Chinese life, harmony is not just a feeling, it's a structure. It tells you where to stand, when to speak, how much anger is acceptable, how much pain can be shown, who must give face to whom, and who must follow the truth so the room can remain beautiful. The video is not against harmony. Real harmony is precious. But there is another kind of harmony, a harmony that doesn't heal conflict but hide it. A harmony that doesn't protect the wounded but protect the comfort of the powerful. That's when harmony becomes a cage. In Chinese culture, the dinner table is never just a dinner table. It's a small political theater. Who sits where? Who pours tea? Who speaks first? Who must love? Who must endure? Who is allowed to be angry? Who must call anger immaturity? A child learns politics before he learns the word politics. He learns it through silence. He learns it through sentences like, be sensible, don't embarrass the family, don't ruin the harmony, we're doing this for your own good. These sentences sound small, but they carry an entire civilization. They teach you that pain can be well-mannered. The truth must wait until everyone feels comfortable. That the person who speaks too directly is often treated as more dangerous than the person who calls the wood. In a harmony culture, the wounded person is often asked to protect the feeling of the room. Here is the important part. Classical Confucianism did not simply say everyone must be the same. There is a famous line, 君子和而不同，小人同而不和. The noble person seeks harmony without sameness. The small person seeks sameness without true harmony. That's an actual very deep idea. Real harmony is like music. A violin, a cello, a piano, a flute. They don't play the same note. They're different. That's why the music is beautiful. If every instrument is forced to play the same note, that's not harmony. That's a fire alarm. So the tragedy is not that Chinese culture value harmony. The tragedy is that harmony with difference was often reduced to please don't be different. Real harmony allows difference. Fake harmony demands sameness. Chinese civilization did not rely only on law, it relies on 礼乐, ritual and music. Ritual tells everybody where to stand. Music makes the arrangement feel beautiful. Ritual separates, music softens. Ritual say father here, son there, teacher here, student there, elder here, younger there, ruler here, subject there. And music say, see, it's not violence, it's order. This is the genius and danger of ritual civilization. It can civilize power, it can make people less brutal, but it can also make domination look polite. The most elegant cage is not the one with iron bars. It's the one where you learn to bow before you even notice the bars. Ritual makes hierarchy graceful. Music make hierarchy feel harmonious. Many people misunderstood the doctrine of the mean, 中庸. They think it means being boring, moderate, never extreme, but the deeper idea is about emotional order. There is a famous thought, before joy, anger, sorrow, and pleasure are expressed, here is balance. When they're expressed properly, there's harmony. Notice the word properly. Chinese culture does not always say you can't feel pain. It often says you may feel pain but express it properly. You may be angry but not too directly. You may be hurt but don't burst the elder. You may disagree but don't destroy the atmosphere. You may suffer but suffer with manners. This is where harmony enters the nervous system. The wound is real, but if your expression is not proper, suddenly the wound becomes your fault. In Chinese culture, emotion is not only felt, it is judged by whether it fits a ritual. Here's the part that makes this more interesting. Confucius himself had a phrase for fake harmony, 相怨, the fake good person, the person who never offends anyone, always polite, safe, and agreeable, always on the side of the atmosphere. The person looks mature, reasonable, looks civilized, but Confucius called the person the thief of virtue. Why? Because fake harmony protects comfort, not truth. It keeps the room smooth while the soul rots quietly. It says all the correct words, but it never risks justice. This is what the best critique of fake harmony actually comes from inside the Confucian tradition itself. Fake harmony is not the friend of morality, it is the thief of morality. Fake harmony is not the friend. Here is the deepest Chinese cultural mechanism. In a role-based culture, truth is not judged only by what is said. It is just judged by who dare to say it. A father can see the child is unfilial, but can the child see the father is cruel? A teacher can see the student is disrespectful, but can the student see the teacher is humiliating him? A family can say you embarrass us, but can one person say the family is suffocating me? A state can say you're disturbing stability, but can a citizen say your stability is hurting people? This is when harmony becomes the cage, not because there is no conflict, but because only the powerful are allowed to name the conflict. This is not only a Chinese problem. Every culture has sacred words. The silence inconvenient people. In corporation, it is called team culture. In family, it is called keeping the peace. In church, it can be called humility. In nation, it is called unity. In schools, it is called discipline. Different words, same mechanism. Someone is heard, someone speaks. The group becomes uncomfortable, and suddenly the problem is not the harm. The problem is the speaking. But the Chinese case is especially powerful because harmony is connected to ritual, family, hierarchy, faith, and social order. It is not just emotional pressure, it's civilizational choreography. Real harmony is not the absence of conflict. It's a presence of truth without annihilation. Annihilation. It is when the child can speak and still belong. When the wife can name pain and still be protected. When the student can question and still be respected. When the citizen can criticize and still be considered part of the country. Fake harmony asks a wounded person to disappear so the room can remain peaceful. Real harmony asks the room to become honest enough for the wounded person to remain. That's the difference between a civilization of silence and a civilization of repair. Harmony is beautiful, but beauty is not innocence. A society should not ask the weakest person to carry the emotional comfort of everyone else. Because when pain must become polite before it is believed, the cage is already built. And maybe civilization doesn't begin when everyone stops arguing. Maybe civilization begins when the weakest person in the room can finally speak, and the room doesn't punish them for ruining the peace.